Did you learn English there?
Да.
What were the first words?
How much? How much?
And what else?
Не помню, как презерватив по-английски.
Condom.
Without или...
With?
Да. Это первое, то, что научилась. How are you? How much?
I was born in Bulgaria. I was raised by my grandmother in our village. This was my world. That's me playing with our chickens. Each one had a name. We shared equal poverty under communism. Our lives were restricted, but I remember feeling safe, protected.
General Secretary Gorbachev, if you seek prosperity for the Soviet Union and Eastern Europe, open this gate. Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
And then suddenly communism collapsed. Life as we knew it forever changed. Eastern Europeans rushed to the West, chasing dreams of freedom and a better life, leaving everything we knew behind. My mom and I packed up for America in 1990. I've often wondered what might have happened if we had stayed. "20 years later, I returned. The street where we played as kids was empty. The village of my youth, once full of life, was like a ghost town. Everyone who could had gone abroad, many to decent lives elsewhere. But there were others, the forgotten ones, who had been deceived and had vanished into a world no one wanted to talk about. We were not ready for what came after 1989. And for many of the women of my generation, it was the brutal reality of sexual slavery. In my new life in America, I became a photojournalist. I've been haunted by questions. How could so many Eastern European women have fallen victim to sex trafficking? Where were the women who survived? Why were they silent? I've looked for answers for nearly a decade, tracking the story across 9 countries, from Eastern Europe to the West and to the Middle East. And as we say in Bulgarian, I entered the mouth of the wolf. I spent years gaining access to the places where these women were sold into prostitution: apartments, sex clubs, streets and shelters. Trafficked women have been nameless and faceless for decades. Fear of retaliation keeps them quiet, and their silence perpetuates the vicious cycle. The UN estimates that nearly 1.5 million women have been trafficked into global sexual slavery. But the reality is that no one really knows. We can only guess how many women have been broken apart or killed in the global sex trade. Over time, I found women who survived. These girls want the world to see what they've endured. first woman I